Okay, Doodlers, I just realized that I didn't show you this wonderful little pill case that I got at the dollar store, of all things. But it's the container I use for the white dots. The top of it is. And I just expand the water part of it out for my... That's where I carry my travel water. Now, they have these really cool silicone water bowls for dogs now that I was thinking, oh, that'd be a perfect water container, because I'm always thinking about using how I can use things differently. So look for a travel water container at, I think I saw mine at Safeway. All right, we're gonna watercolor this swoop right now. And I think what I'm going to do is make the main area kind of a rainbow effect. Getting sick of those rainbow gradations yet. I just like them because they're bright and happy and cheerful, and I know that there's a couple people that actually took the class to learn them. So I'm giving you guys lots of practice. First of all, I wetted down the whole area. And then I'm going to lay in the yellow. I'm actually starting from an edge instead of right in the middle of the design. A rarity for me. Then the orange. You could also gradate any color combination you wanted. If you didn't want rainbows, feel free to try shades of blue, shades of pink. Also, I was going to talk to you a little bit about my watercolors. This travel set is kind of getting, when it dries, it kind of gets crispy on the edges a little. So I was going to tell you a solution for that, and I haven't done it to this one yet. But if you just take a drop of honey when the watercolors are still semi-moist, like right after you finish painting, and you just put one drop of honey and kind of swirl it around in the paints will actually bind together a little bit better. Honey is a natural, it's used in a lot of different paints, or it used to be. So honey will do that. Also gum arabic, might be saying that wrong, but it will, if you just put a drop of it in the they can't be dry. It doesn't soak into the paints if they're dry. So wet your paints, let them sit for a minute or two, and then put a drop of either honey or gum arabic in, and it'll help them stay together and not crumble out, especially if you're going to be not using your paints for a couple weeks to a couple months at a time. Just helps preserve them. I think honey is a natural preservative, but I know that it's used as a binder in a lot of old paint recipes. I think I dipped into the wrong color of blue there. So in case you guys forgot how to blend your colors, you rinse, pat off, and then tickle the colors together. Rinse, pat off, tickle the colors together. Not having a good week. I lost my Sharpie and I broke my water brush. So, how did I break a water brush? Well, I kind of tried to, different water brushes screw on their tips the wrong way, and I kind of overzealous tried to take the top off, and it was the wrong direction. It kind of broke all to pieces. So be gentle with the tips of your water brushes. I guess I could have used the one in the palette here. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm going to go ahead and, well, no, I'm going to let that dry. Okay, so what I can do is this outside line. So I believe that I'll go with a blue in the inside, so I need to choose a color for here. I think I'll go with orange. It is October. The month of orange, huh? Orange, purple, green. I'll probably go back and add some red in the little corners just to give it some variation. I think when you vary the colors instead of just painting flat, it makes the whole thing look much more interesting. I'm going to go in with red instead of the pink, the dark burgundy red. Right there. So any little corner, I'm just going to touch down with that color. And then I'm going to rinse off, pat, and go back and had too much water on that brush. You'll kind of get a feel for if you have too much color happening on the end of your brush that it's time to go rinse it. Because I've been able to do, what, 2, and then the third one gets a little too much color. So just play with that. Again, I'm going in with the darker red, just in the corners. I'll run this one up a little higher. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this gradation, and I'm going to start from yellow again. It just gives it a nice color change there. But I'm going to do the green first and then go to the orange. Actually, blue. What am I thinking? Green to orange. To blue to purple. I think this set has a gorgeous purple color in it. It's not many watercolor sets that have a really bright, vibrant purple like that. And finally to orange. So eventually green did go to orange. It just had to go through blue, purple, and pink first. Okay, I'm going to let that dry and I'll be back. So I think what I'm going to do on this side is do a bit of a gradation and lose the color. The color will fade off. So to do this, I'm going to have to use just regular water and carefully kind of tuck it in the corners. This is just going to help the gradation. I kind of want it to go and grade off into nothing. Gradation off into nothing. So I'm wetting that whole area. And I think what I'll do is use a blue, because I think I've actually decided to go with purple inside there. So I'm going to use a light blue, and basically I'm going to tuck it in on the edges, and then I'm going to rinse my brush, and then I'm going to just let the water gradate it out a little, fade it out. So basically I'm doing that same idea with the red, but I'm doing it on the outside. And see how this I really didn't even paint. This one here, it just kind of spread itself out with the water. If you lay down that water first, you're setting up for that blue to gradate away successfully. It just adds kind of a finished look to that edge. If you were going to use this edge on a journal, now you have all this writing room over here, and the image kind of fades into the rest of what you're doing. And I'm going to, since I'm putting purple here, I'm going to use that blue on this side. The same blue I used over there, gradated, I'm going to bring back over here. It just gives it some balance. And actually, you can kind of be sloppy on this side because we're going to cut that off. So don't worry about it right now. You're going to use a scissor and follow that line and cut it off. Now, if you don't want to cut it off, you could always paint a different, darker color over the top of it. That's good for now. I think that I should add a little darker blue and some little nooks here, right here. Maybe put some here. Maybe here. Over here. That's just for a little bit of variation. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it, but okay.